Ciao ragazzi, riuscite a scrivere nella chat? Mi sentite? Ci dovrebbe essere una chat di gruppo, potete scrivere se mi sentite? Ciao, qualcuno mi sente? Mm, non vedo nessuna chat dove scrivete voi, cioè la mia chat è vuota. Provate a scrivere ancora per piacere. Ragazzi, non vedo quello che scrivete in chat, cioè vedo una chat ma è totalmente vuota. Molto bene. No, la mia chat è vuota. Male, malissimo. Va bene. Se Fede tu vedi la chat, possiamo comunicare io e te e tu mi dici quello che le persone scrivono. Cosa ne pensi? Ho già scritto. Adesso scriverò cose strane, così magari nel caso ci si rende conto di quello che scrivo. Ok, Fede mi dici chi... ok, comunichiamo così, allora io parlo con voi e Fede modera e quindi mi dirà esattamente chi è presente al momento. Chi è presente al momento? Che comitati ci sono? Ciao Martina, ciao Giulio. Ok, ok, perfetto. I'm sorry guys for the fact that I cannot see the chat, but I don't know why, to be honest. I will switch in English because of the fact that some people that are not speaking Italian will see this video. We're gonna have a registration, so we're gonna record it and you can see it how many times you want. Maybe you can skip this first 10 minutes of nothing. Ok, perfetto. So now you should see the slide, right, Fede? Stop. Perfect, so we can start. Okay, so as you know, this is a webinar about how to approve, so faster and better approvals, and this is about mainly the news that we have for the consideration phase, and something that we understood during Euro Expo, in which I just came back, and also is about the consolidation of BEST, so the conference that we had in March, about new standards in terms of timing for approving. So now I changed the slide. If you cannot see the slide, Fede, tell me. Otherwise, I just go on. And okay, so looking at the numbers from the 1st of March to the 13th of April, we had 200 accepted and 140 approvals. Okay, what does it mean this? This means that we're a bit slow and there are a lot of accepted that still are not converting into approvals. Why? Because it's not that these 140 approvals come directly from the 200 accepted, but these 140 approvals come also from accepted of the months before. So we have around 100 EPs that are still accepted, but but they're not approved still. So it's not a good data. I did an analysis of these accepted, if they're rejected or in progress or whatever, but the majority of that are just accepted. So they're waiting for becoming an approval. We all know that in order to make an accepted become an approval, we need to wait for the other side. So for the iGV side, sometimes they're very slow in replying. We are there and you're just waiting for the accepted to become approval, asking, please, can you, and they're not showing up, and these kind of things. But as I was saying here, we need to become faster and better in order to make it. And all the things that I will say during this webinar is about the fact that we are sellers. Usually we just know that, okay, in our committees, we have the sales team and then the operation team, or the sales team, the approval managers, and the value delivery teams. But people that are approving, I just want to tell you that you are sellers as well. Now, I cannot see your reactions or what you're saying in the chat, but I hope that you really like and enjoy this amazing GIF that I put it. By the way, the thing is that you are sellers and you need to understand why also approving is a part of the sales process. Why approving faster makes you a seller. Okay, looking at the selection process, we have to do in order to an approval become unaccepted, so NP applications become an approval, we need to use two different platforms. The first platform is Expa, and the second platform is Podium. If you don't know something about it, just write it down and then Fede is gonna tell me. So, okay, we have Expa, and what do we need to do on Expa? The first thing that we need to do is to check applicants. I know that you already know this, but what maybe you don't know is that they all every 24 hours maximum. So every 24-hour maximum, we need to ensure that all the applicants on Expa are being contacted. It doesn't matter if you already decided who you want to approve some opportunity, you need to contact all the people that are applying on Expa and to check Expa every 24 hours. If your opportunities are already full and approved, just change the timing of the application timing and close the opportunity. Until the opportunity will be open, you need to contact every applicant every 24 hours. Why? Because our EPs are our customer and they deserve to be contacted. Imagine that you are applying somewhere for some job or a volunteering experience, or if you want to do an IXP and then no one is contacting you or is contacting you later than after a day, you're just living in anxiety and then you're just giving up. So in order to not lose that applicants, every 24 hours, we need to send the first email in which are telling them to fill the podium. Okay. What we are doing usually is just send an email in which we are telling them, okay, so this is the podium link and this is the selection process that we are doing. You will need to fill this survey and to send a motivational video. But sometimes we are forgetting to put the fact that they need to do it in a deadline. So in this case, guys, you are selecting EPs. The fact that you are selecting EPs makes you strong to say to EPs that if they want to be selected in your project, they need to do it within a deadline. And this deadline is after other 24 hours. So every applicant that doesn't fill the podium link after 24 hours is out. Fair and right in contacting them and to send them an email every 24 hours. And then in the email, there's written that they have to be fair and right. And if they want to participate to the project, they need to fill all the podium link after 24 hours. I really hope that this is clear. And after this, you're gonna have people applying on a web form on Podium that you have to check every 24 hours, of course. So every day, what you do is just to open Expa, to open Podium, to contact all these different phases. When you have people applying on Podium, you have to send the response in maximum 24 hours as well. So as soon, this is like maximum, because as soon as you see the video and the web and the form with the questions and the answers that they gave to you, you have to be strict in order to tell them in maximum 24 hours if they're accepted or if they're not accepted. You already know it. You know that it's not that hard or long to do it. And so you just have to tell them if they're accepted or not. And if they're accepted, you just click accepted. Of course, you know, this is not like something very new, but the only thing that is new is the fact that, guys, we really need to be that strict and fast with what we are doing. And the fact that we have a lot of accepted and then will never maybe become approved is very dangerous for us. And it's also due to the fact that we're very long and slow in contacting them and in making them the process. So this is because we want to have no more delays and approvals in 7 days maximum. Otherwise, we just are gonna reject the EPs. We can be very strict and very strong in telling them that if they're not following the process in the timing that we want the process to be, they can be rejected as EPs and as applicants, of course. Why? Because, for example, then if you have accepted that will never become approved, but they're staying and you are counting on them, they're coming to your projects, but they're not approved, you are wrong. Because the fact that they're not approved doesn't make you any kind of right. If they're not approved, they can just quit your project without telling you anything. So we need to approve them officially on AXPA in maximum 7 days. And in order to do it, of course, we need to follow all these 24 hours things we were saying. Oh my God, Miki, but I don't have the time. Or, oh my God. Guys, you know that it's not something that very long. You just need to send emails or to check very short videos. And once per day, especially in this period in which we have a lot of things to do and it's very important to do it now, it's now or never, you need to be very disciplined in order to do it, in order to make these EPs coming to your projects. So once you have EPs accepted, from accepted, you need to be very strict as well and telling them, okay, you can have maximum 2 days in progress and then another days for becoming an approval. So they need to do all the process in maximum 3 days, 3 days, sorry, after the accepted phase. This is the, I mean, a lot of times we are just stuck in progress and we are just stuck in the approval thing, but we need to know that from the moment in which they decide that this TP is accepted, they just have maximum 3 days in order to become approval. And how to do this? Here we are coming back to the fact that we were saying about the fact that approval managers are sellers. What you can do and what you can say to your EPs, to your applicants, is that spots are limited. And trust me, this will be very true during summer peak. You will be full of applicants and not that full of projects and opportunities. And spots are limited. And you need to sell this to EPs, telling them that, okay, you are a good applicant, we really want you to be here, but you need to follow this kind of timeline and to be very strict. If you're not pressuring EPs, they will never be on time with the new deadlines and timing of the approval process. So maximum 10 days from the application on AXPA, we will have the approval. You need to be able to sell to the EP your project, and the fact that if they're not becoming approved in few time, they're gonna lose the spot. This is really a selling strategy, and the fact that we have that long time from accepted to approval and from the application on AXPA to approval means that we're not that efficient in terms of being sellers. And another thing in terms of EPs is about country partners. I really hope that every one of you knows what is a country partner and the fact that we are having country partners. Just a very short question. I will say something. I will continue to say something, but I just want you to answer in the chat meanwhile, and then Fede will tell me how many of you had problems or issues in approving EPs, or how many of you know that you had problem of issues as a committee to approving EPs in the last months or in the last weeks. Is there someone? Okay, so Fede is telling me that there is someone. And the thing is, okay, after a deep analysis and talk with MCPs of other countries and entities and analysis of the process and whatever, I can tell you that there are two reasons. First reason is that we're not selling to projects to our EPs. That means that a lot of us were just saying, oh my God, please come to my project, come to my project, come to my project. And then of course, it's not, the best way to sell the fact that your projects are amazing. And that's what we were saying about selling. And the second thing, of course, was about having long processes. I have a lot of people that were telling me, okay, Nikki, I have a problem because I had this EP that was approved and he has to come the day after tomorrow, but then he quit. What can we do? I was like, and when this thing happened, I'm just asking, okay, he is approved for real? No, he's approved offline. If he is approved offline, we cannot do anything. So we had a lot of these problems because a lot of things offline were happening. And we need to be really fast and to sell the project to the EPs. It's also something that can give to you a lot of gains. And the other thing is about the work with country partners. We were not aligned to work with country partners. Country partners can really help us in order to not have this problem of not approving or not approving efficiently in the next months. Because what's happening at the national level or also at the local level is that we are doing cooperations with other entities. So with OGV side of other countries. And when we are doing it, we are saying to these countries, yes, we are going to have a lot of opportunities and that we can provide opportunities and experiences to our EPs together. But then how many times we really respect this and think about the fact that we have these country partners? Very few times. And when we're not giving to our country partners the opportunities that we promised to give them, what's happening is that they're not gonna trust us anymore. And so it's more difficult to do something together in order to not lose approvals and to not have these problems with it. So I'm just telling you that you, as approval managers of the entity, have to be the most aware people in order to understand which are the country partners that we have. So in the process that we were saying before, you will know on the podium, so you will know in podium which are the EPs that are applying and which is the country they're coming from. I'm not saying that we should not cooperate and we should not approve at all people from other countries, but what we have to do is to approve the 80% of our EPs, so 8 out of 10 of our EPs with this country, because these are the ones that will salvarci il culo in the next months. And these are the ones that are really working together with us because they believe in the projects that we are doing. So as you should see, there are a lot of countries, but some of them are red. And we are having Brazil, Georgia, Russia, Canada, Turkey, Mexico, Spain, Germany, Greece, Romania, India, Colombia, Poland, Sri Lanka, Slovakia, US, and Serbia. I just put like in red the first 5 because of the fact that they are the ones that are really struggling to make Italy being full of EPs and full of applicants. So whenever you will have applicants from these countries, just understand, of course, if they're bad EPs, do not do it, but just understand the fact that they should have like favorite way in order to be approved. All these countries that you can see here. So 8 out of 10 of the EPs that you're approving should come from this list of countries. And okay, I have a question. A lot of EP managers ask me to approve the EPs just because of the fact that we have the party, but this doesn't mean that the EPs are the most suitable candidates for the project. Of course not. Of course not. As I was saying right now, Stefano, the fact is that I'm not saying that you should approve like 100% of these EPs. I'm just saying that these EPs are applying because of the fact that MC in their countries are working and are doing a strong marketing campaign for Italy. So we should recognize this thing and helping them. Because imagine if we are doing a strong campaign for iGV here, but on the other side, no one is approving them. This is not a cooperation, no? So we are working a lot of IR in order to make people know the projects that we are running in Italy. And these are the countries that are working the most about it. Of course, if you have a candidate from Brazil that is not good, or that is not good at all, or that you think it's not suitable for the project, do not accept him, do not approve him. It's okay. But in general, just try to understand that these are the priorities countries because they're the ones that are really working with me. I don't know if it's clear and if you agree. Write it down, then Fede will tell me. Another thing that's very important is that all these countries, they already have the body link. So the fact that they already have the body link is making the process even faster with them. So they can already send the body link and meanwhile applying to EXPA. You most probably would see the fact that it's not that they just apply on EXPA and then you're sending the email with the body form, but while you're doing it, they already will fill the body form. It's okay, because of the fact that I already gave to them the body link. So they're good. They're doing it meanwhile in order to cut the timing. I don't know. Did you have a lot of EPs from one of two of these countries? Okay. So in order to make you completely aware of what we are doing in terms of international relations, we are doing a lot of things in order to like the problems of not having EPs or not having applicants anymore. So what we are doing right now is a lot of things in order to make Italy credible and Italy famous and popular towards other countries. So we are going to have 2 leaderships. That means that we're going to have 2 people from Italy going in to Russia and to Slovakia in order to make promo of our projects, in order to facilitate approvals with them. These are like the countries that really are investing money because they really want to have EPs coming to Italy and to make an impact here. So the approvals with these countries will be very facilitating with them. Of course, it doesn't mean that you will have just people from Russia and from Slovakia in your committees. No, but for sure it means that in order to have a strong cooperation, we need to have a bit of more of EPs of these countries than in the last years. And then leaderships. And the second thing that we're going to have, and that we're having also right now, is about the promo, the country promo. What does it mean? For example, Brazil, that is the most growing entity in OGV, that is very important for us, is doing the promo for just countries from Latin America, iGV for countries of Latin America, so Peru, Argentina, Colombia, that are very close to Brazil. And they extraordinarily choose the fact that this year they also want to promote one country from Europe. And this country, the only country that they're going to promote from Europe is Italy. Why they're not going to promote the other one, and why they didn't promote other countries from Europe or from Italy as well in the last years? Because of the fact that we were so slow. We also took, and European countries in general also take 1 month to approve one EP. And this is too much slow for growing. So that's why Brazil didn't want to have country promo with Italy or with European countries in general. But from this year on, they decided that Italy is trustworthy enough in order to have a promo for them. Of course, they're also having their customers and they cannot promise something or like just promote something and then it's not gonna respect it. And I'm very glad and happy to say that Brazil is gonna promote Italy a lot. So you're gonna have a lot of applicants from Brazil. And of course, you know, I think that also Georgia is doing it the same. And yes, we're gonna have a lot of applicants, and you already have, to be honest, from Georgia because they're promoting us. This is like some example of the things that these countries that we call country partners are doing for us. And this is the real difference from countries that just have EPs applying to Italy and countries that are really working in order to make our approvals and realizations happen. I don't know if it's clear. Just if something is not clear, just write it down. And of course, I don't know, someone of you already saw this. This is the plan that we have as entity for the 2017. So for the summer peak, 2017. And of course, like these are not random numbers. These numbers that you see there are like all the goals of the committees put together. So we planned as an entity that we want to have 228 approvals in April. And this is of course possible, also because if we're not approving people now, when should we approve them? So in order to approve that huge number of EPs, what we have to do is just to being very strict with the timeline and be sellers of our projects. Because guys, our projects are amazing. And I mean, the less time that you take for approving one EP, the best you are as a seller. And I really believe that we can achieve this number of approvals, but we really need to speed up our process. And I'm doing this webinar with you because I really want you to be updated with the deadlines that we should have as an entity and the efficiency and standards that we should have as an entity in order to be in the top of mind of all the other entities, in order to be a role model for all the global plenary. And we can do it. And we can be the first ones to achieve 228 approvals in just 1 month. And I really want you to be on board with me because it's possible. If you just have like 7 days maximum from the application on EXPA to the approval phase, it's possible. Don't be afraid to tell to your EPs that if they don't do something, they're gonna lose a spot, because it's okay. They're gonna lose the spot. And yes, this is what I was saying with the faster and better approvals thingy. Of course, like it's faster is better, but it's also bigger in terms of the, but is clear because of the fact that we decided to be iGV 40 because we wanted to be like a Fury. So change a lot of things and be that massive. So it's something that we as the approval people of the entity need to know. That you are very, very, very important and it's everything up on you. So if you're not approving country partners, the partnership we're not going to work. And if you're not being sellers, we're going to have less approvals. So guys, there is a lot of responsibilities on you, but I'm sure that is not a problem. Want to show you just another time the selection process. So 24-hour maximum to contact every EP, then send the Podio link with the deadline to fill it in 24 hours, then check Podio every 24 hours maximum. I mean, you can check it as I do also every 8 or 12. And then to send the response in maximum 24 hours to your EPs. You know after you see the video and you see the answers to their questions if they're suitable or not for your project. Okay, guys. So I just want to tell you this. Because it's very, very important to have this kind of standards as an entity and to be all aligned. And now I just wanted to hear from you if you have some questions. The questions can be both about what I just said during the webinar, or they can be about which, I don't know, whatever you want to ask me, whatever you want to ask me. Wow, Stefano di Trieste, your EPs are super aligned with the country partners. This is amazing. But then really I met people. I was in international conferences with the MC of these country partners, and they are really amazing. They really want to do a lot with us. So when you build strong partnership, it's very, very, very nice. I don't know, do you agree with the standards of the process? Is there something that is scaring you? Are you excited to do more than 200 approvals in 1 month? Something? If no one has something to say, just say nothing. Stefano, sometimes it takes time to receive the approval of the enablers after we accept the EPs. Okay, so first thing, the enablers should not accept the EPs, but you should be in charge of all the selection process of these EPs. Meaning that if you read the contract, there should be written there the fact that the selection process is on ISEC completely, on the ISEC side, meaning that just ISEC should select the EPs that are going there, and the enabler should trust you. In case with some exceptions, but I really recommend you to have just one exceptions with this thing. They are not sure and they really want to understand it. Give strict deadlines also to them. Do not be afraid also here to tell the enablers that they need to tell you within 24 hours. Otherwise, there is the possibility that the piece is going to other people and to other countries or to other projects. Because at the end, guys, this is true. If you are making an EP spending too much time, there is the possibility that this EP will go to another project that is faster and they really want him. So the first suggestion that I'm giving to you, Stefano, is to not make the enablers in charge of the selection process. Never. If sometimes it happens, just give strict deadlines to them, telling them the truth, that this is how the selection process is working, and that's it. Like, sometimes we, as ISECers, have the problem that we just feel that the others, like enablers, hosting families, EPs, or whatever, have more power than us. But it's not true. We're all alla pari. And the thing is that you don't need to be scared of telling like strong things to them. Because I mean, the fact what we are doing is very cool. And we have the same power as them. So you can give in to them strict deadlines. And if they're not respecting deadlines, you just do whatever you want. Is it clear? And about other people, if you have other questions, write a question. Otherwise, if you don't have questions, just write that you don't have questions, and we can close the webinar. By the way, I think that all of you are in the iGV Fury Facebook group. In case you can write to me whatever you want. And there is my contact there, so just chat to me. And the other thing that is really important, I will send you these PPTs, especially for the list of country partners that you really should know very well, and for the timing that we are giving to us. Remember, if some EPs are out of the timeline that we are giving to them, you can tell them that you're gonna reject them, and you can reject them as well. This is very, very important. So just see the timeline that we're doing, check Podio and Expa every 24 hours, and do not let pass more than 3 days from accepted to approvals. Really just do a trial and you will see that approvals will come very, very fast. So that's it. Fede, is there any other questions? Or people that agree or not agree with what's happening? Some comments? Prego Stefano, per qualsiasi altra cosa scrivimi. Okay, guys. So if your VPs were not here, or if you have members, or if you have other people managers of your committees, just be sure of the timing that we're using for approving people and the fact that we are really selling them opportunities and our projects. And be sure that you are telling them the contents of what's happening here. And I'm gonna send to your VPs this output, or just write the email in the chat, and then Fide is gonna give it to me the emails, and I'm gonna send to yours the PPTs. That's it. If you don't have questions, just contact me. And for any other things, guys, remember that you are sellers and that you have to be efficient in what we have to be efficient in what we are doing. And we're gonna grow disruptively for sure. Okay, it was a pleasure. Just write to me. Thank you.